Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new episode of the Daily Debate. Tonight we will be talking about the historical visit by the German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier to Egypt and his meeting with President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. We will be talking about the press conference that was held between the two leaders and the main topics that were tackled throughout the day and throughout the press conference. And we'll start off with our first report. Let's check out this report on President Sisi meeting with the German president.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received his German counterpart Frank-Walter Steinmeier at Attahadiyya Palace on Wednesday in a first such a visit in 25 years. During their closed-door meeting, which was followed by an expanded meeting that included the two sides' delegations, the two leaders discussed bilateral ties in various domains, in addition to a number of regional and international issues of mutual concern, including the Israeli war on Gaza, the situation in Lebanon, Sudan, and Syria. Following their talks, the two leaders held a joint press conference during which President Sisi welcomed the German leaders' visit, the first in 25 years, and hailed distinguished and historic and close ties binding the two friendly peoples. He hailed Germany's technological and industrial progress, saying Egypt was looking forward to benefiting from such progress through joint companies, referring to the crucial role played by German companies in technology transfer and building capacities of Egyptian cadres. The president said they had discussed means of fostering bilateral ties beside a number of regional and international issues. The head of state said Egypt welcomed German companies' investments in the country. On Gaza, President Sisi said he and Steinmeier agreed on the significance of reaching an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and ending the ongoing Israeli bloody war on it, which resulted in a humanitarian catastrophe in the Strip, as well as reaching a two-state settlement and holding Palestinian state with East Jerusalem as its capital in accordance to international legitimacy and resolutions, being a path to achieve peace and stability in the region. For his part, Steinmeier expressed Germany's appreciation for Egyptian leadership and people, reiterating that it was keen to foster cooperation with Egypt in different fields, including developmental and investment activities, as well as in the fields of energy, immigration, and combating terrorism. This plus enhancing cooperation in the scientific and cultural fields. In this regard, he expressed his happiness for the inauguration of the German International University in Egypt, the GIU, in the new administrative capital, and said he was keen to accompany heads of big German companies during his visit to Egypt and inspect a number of working and producing sites in which German companies are tackling, along with their Egyptian counterparts and workers, whom he said are skillful and efficient. He said Germany appreciates Egypt's efforts to reach ceasefire in Gaza and enter humanitarian aid. The German president thanks President Sisi for his warm hospitality and praised the strong ties binding the two nations. He said Germany appreciates Egypt's efforts to attain peace and stability in the whole Middle East region. The German leader noted that the two sides reviewed the latest developments in Libya and Sudan. He said the two countries cooperate in the fields of education, culture, investment, technology, and human capacity. A number of agreements are being signed during the visit, which reflects deep and strategic relations binding the two nations, which are characterized by continued joint and balanced cooperation based on historical ties, mutual respect, and common interests. Steinmeier's visit comes as the region is passing through a critical stage amid numerous developments and repercussions in the Middle East and Europe. The ties are also based on the strategic weight of each country in their respective regions and internationally. Egypt is now the second biggest trading partner of Germany in the Middle East region as a whole, while the ongoing financial and technical cooperation between both countries had reached new heights.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and to shed more light on the significance of the German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier's visit to Egypt, we're delighted to be joined over the phone by Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former assistant to the Foreign Minister. Good evening, Mr. Ambassador.
Good evening. How are you?
How are you, sir? Ambassador Bayoumi, the German president and President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi conducted a press conference today where they tackled different issues of mutual concern. They tackled bilateral relations, and among the main topics that were discussed was reaching a ceasefire agreement in Gaza and a fair resolution to the Palestinian cause. How far was this topic tackled?
It is a great additional effort to our diplomacy, which is making many efforts in order to put the Palestinian question all in front of all the leaders of the world. We went to the United Nations, we talked to every single president. Our president is very active in this concern, and every day, but even every hour, you hear that he is calling somebody, or somebody is calling him, receiving some president or visiting other countries. So we expect this visit also, because it's a special visit from a country which is a dear friend to Egypt. And President Sisi has a very good reputation at the German diplomacy since he met Angela Merkel, the Chancellor. Angela Merkel in Davos, and she immediately invited him to visit Berlin.
Yes.
Later on, a high-rank diplomat came to Cairo to arrange for the visit of our president, and he told me that the chemistry worked between Angela Merkel and President Sisi immediately. So we have, alhamdulillah, a very acceptable face, acceptable policy. And we are using this and that for our interests and for the Palestinian interests. And our region, as you well know, is suffering from many problems in Syria, in Lebanon, in Libya, in Sudan, in Yemen, Somalia. The Arab world is not in a very good health. And the whole Arab world is depending on countries like Egypt, is still standing on very solid foot, and we are doing our best in order to bring peace and stability to our region. With the help of friends like the German president and his country.
Sir, how would you describe the current state of Egyptian-German relations, and how does the visit of President Steinmeier fit into the broader context?
Germany is a very old partner in many fields, whether it is political concern or security, in trade and investment. They are among the largest investors in Egypt. When I asked my friends, some of my friends in Germany, what did you make in Egypt especially? And we always compare with the Aswan High Dam and Russian and the underground and France. They told me that without any exaggeration, that Germany has built electrical power stations 4 times the capacity of Aswan High Dam. And this is great. Also, they help us in the telecommunication section. Now we are talking about energy, and we have a very good repetition in Europe. Also, one part of the relations we have to shed light on it, which is the people to people. We have a big community of Egyptians living in Germany, whether as Egyptian or many of them has already got the German nationality. And they are a very good source of knowledge of technology and transfer of money also to their families in Egypt. Coming to some subject which our president mentioned, which is education.
Yes.
The German education in Egypt is very old and traditional, and we are helping the German, and we thank them for their help in order to expand their presence in the education system.
Great, sir. As you mentioned, Germany and Egypt has a lot in common, mutual relations, bilateral relations, cooperation in different fields, in energy sector, in renewable energy in specific, in education. And what about tourism, in your opinion?
Yes, Germany is one of our largest customers in tourism. And they are they are fond of our old history, and also they are fond of our nature. And the German tourism is covering all the sector of Egypt, whether it is the historical part of Egypt or our seashore and the places where you can spend the winter time in Aswan and the Luxor. They are one of our very first customers in the field of tourism also.
Mm-hmm. President Steinmeier's visit reflects Germany's recognition of Egypt's pivotal role in the region, in the Middle East, in North Africa. Now, this is the first visit by a German president to Egypt in 24 years. In your opinion, what factors have contributed to this visit, and why now in specific?
Yes, as you well know, Germany is after all, the system is parliamentary, it's not presidential. So the president is like the king of
UK.
Of Germany.
Yeah.
Sorry, the king of UK.
Yeah.
And so he has no executive power. You will realize because of this that he's always accompanied by one of the ministers or two of the ministers in order to give coverage to the official side of the visit. But the relation was covered always by many visits by our president to Berlin or the German chancellor, whether Merkel or the actual chancellor. He visited Egypt also. So we do not lack contacts on very high level between the two countries.
Well, I would like to thank you so much, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi. Thank you, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former assistant to the foreign minister. Many thanks for your insights, sir. And dear viewers, now we move on to our next report on Egyptian-German relations.
Egyptian-German relations are marked by a long-standing and dynamic partnership rooted in historical ties, mutual respect and shared interests. This relationship is characterized by balanced cooperation across various sectors, reflecting the strategic importance of both countries in their respective regions and on the international stage. Germany has consistently recognized Egypt's pivotal role in the Middle East and North Africa regions, while Egypt values Germany's influence as a leading European power and a key player on the global stage. The relationship has evolved into one of mutual respect and shared goals, with both nations working together to address regional and international challenges. Politically, Egypt and Germany maintain a constructive dialogue on various regional and global issues, including peace and security in the Middle East, migration, counter-terrorism and climate change. Germany appreciates Egypt's role as a stabilizing force in the region, particularly in its efforts to mediate conflicts and promote regional security. Economically, Germany is one of Egypt's largest trading partners in the European Union. Trade between the two countries has grown significantly over the years, encompassing a wide range of sectors including machinery, automotive, chemicals and renewable energy. German companies have a strong presence in Egypt, contributing to economic growth and job creation. Egypt in turn serves as a key market for German exports and investments in the Middle East region. Germany has also been a significant partner in supporting Egypt's economic reform initiatives, providing technical assistance, financial support, and expertise in areas such as infrastructure, energy, education, and vocational training. This collaboration aligns with Egypt's Vision 2030, aiming to build a diversified and sustainable economy. Looking ahead, the future of Egyptian-German relations appears promising, with both countries committed to expanding their cooperation in areas of mutual interest. This includes continued cooperation on economic development, energy transition, technological innovation, and addressing global challenges such as climate change and sustainable development. As both nations leverage their strategic weight, the partnership between Egypt and Germany is poised to contribute to regional stability and global prosperity.